up, y'all? It's Ty. Today is King of the Court Day in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. I'm here today. I'm going to be live on Twitch streaming the entire thing. So, after this video, click the link down below in the description and come show me support on Twitch as I claim this week 4 #1 overall finish. Now, gonna be going over talking about my squad for King of the Court this weekend, what to really look at as I do build my squad as well. Now, before we dive any further into that, if you're new to the channel, please smash that subscribe button. We're on the road towards 130,000 subscribers. Starting point guard, Victor Oladipo. Now, this is subject to change because I got a Chris Paul on the way with 10 Hall of Famers. That's still pending in my auction, so I can't even plug him into my lineup. But I might start Chris Paul, but I'll probably start Victor Oladipo. He's been Mr. Consistent for me. 91 3-ball, great ball handle, defensively off the charts good. Wish his interior defense was a little bit higher, but there's just no real downsides to this card. I might give him that gold brick wall, and once I do that, again, Victor Oladipo is an absolute beast. The Victor Oladipo I actually got was a free Victor Oladipo from King of the Court, so it's kind of nice. Basically save a couple 100,000 MT by getting my Dukes of Dunk Victor Oladipo. At the shooting guard position, I'm plugging in Tracy McGrady, 6'8", 94 3-ball, good ball handle, defensively pretty solid, 91 speed. There's just really nothing else I can ask out of this card. Gave him Hall of Fame on a ball menace as well. 6'8". Some people don't want to gas this card up right here in Tracy McGrady, but I think it's hard not to gas this card with what he can give me on the court. I mean, I just love what he gives me on the court. Think this card is an absolute beast. Just one of those problems is I can't shoot with Rhythm Shooter with Tracy McGrady. I like using Rhythm Shooter, the shot stick basically. Tracy McGrady's shot is impossible to use that with. So that's the only thing I don't really love about Tracy McGrady. But I think from top to bottom when you're comparing T-Mac to some of the other cards, T-Mac is an absolute beast. Starting small forward, we're plugging in Tobias Harris today. Got him from my 80 or 92 plus hidden gem pack, and I feel like I've got to use him. I don't even necessarily love him stat-wise. What I do love about Tobias Harris is this. He's going to consistently knock down shots for me. Do need to still give him on-ball menace and finishing, badging him up across the board. But the thing I like about him is he's going to knock down shots at a high level. I need that on the court at all times. Again, once I do finish badging him up, he's going to be fine. He can't really play at great defense. He'll play okay, not great defense, but he's going to do enough for me. He's going to be a 3-and-D type player for me at the small forward position, in which my small forwards weren't necessarily that great. Starting power forward position, this is a position that I've changed around. I'm plugging in Shareef Abdur-Rahim. I know a lot of people are like, really? What, Ty? What are you doing? I like this card, and I think when you compare Shareef to some of the other top bigs on the game, my Shareef is so complete. He's got 27 base badges. Can't ask for anything more. He has a green release. I'm going to consistently green shots with him, and I just like having him on the court. Great 3-and-D guy, similar to a guy like Tobias Harris. And I've used some other power forwards, but when I'm comparing Shareef to some of those other guys, I have more success with Shareef than nearly anybody else. Now again, my Shareef is all the way badged. Definitely does make a difference, but I do really like what Shareef provides me on the court. Starting center, I'm plugging in Tim Duncan. Look, here's the situation with my Tim Duncan and why I'm using him. He's going to get me paint stops against the Wilts, the Shaqs of the world. Number 2, he's really solid defensively. And number 3, he is I'll use him as an inside big, but if he is in the corner, he can knock down that occasional 3-ball as well. I think my Tim Duncan is just really, went above and beyond when I, talk about some of my best players. He has been that for me. Just gets me paint stops, rebounds the ball at a high level, and offensively is not a liability whatsoever. Do wish he had the Hall of Fame brick wall. That's really my only complaint with Tim Duncan, but card is absolutely a beast. Backup point guard, I'm telling you guys right now, it'll be Chris Paul, I'm pretty sure. But let's say for whatever reason, I don't end up getting my Chris Paul, because he is pending right now. I'll use Archie Clark. I'm fine with Archie. The problem is I don't want to waste a bunch of coins badging the card up. He's fine, though, to use. I don't hate Archie Clark whatsoever. I just personally think Chris Paul is slightly better. Starting shooting guard, or backup shooting guard position, I should say, Jason Richardson. Still do need to finish badging this card up. I don't know why this card isn't hyped up more. Like, a lot of people are hyping up the new Andrew Wiggins, the new this, the new that, and that's fine, but Jason Richardson is as good as those cards. Defensively a beast, 99 driving, 91 3-ball, perfect speed. This card is so good on this game. And again, I truly don't know why people are not hyping up J-Rich. To me, he is an absolute beast. Another card that I do need to badge up with On-Ball Menace, but when I give him On-Ball Menace, he is going to be an absolute beast for me. Backup small forward position, James Posey. Really no debate here. James Posey's got to play 86 3-ball. Really solid defensively. I badged him up, so he's going to play for some time. Obviously, not necessarily the best card in the game, but guess what? He's a small forward that I can trust out there on the court. Another reason I really want Chris Paul on my bench is my bench isn't going to have a lot of scoring. So I do want a point guard that I can get buckets with, and I think Chris Paul will be my answer to some problems. Center or in my front court, I'm plugging in Jeff Ruland and Ronnie Seekley. Ruland's pretty much sold me 2 weeks ago when I was playing King of the Court. I'll give him another chance today. I like this card, what he provides. Obviously, my Jeff Ruland is super souped up, so that's why I'm going to run him today. Obviously, Ronnie Seekley, beast of a card. Did get him in from the triple threat win streak a couple of weeks ago. I might end up applying a couple more badges to Ronnie Seekley. I just don't want to waste a ton of badges on a card that is unsellable that I know, might not be on my squad a couple of weeks from now. So that's kind of why I'm pretty hesitant badging Ronnie Seekley up, but I might give him some important ones here today. Maybe like a movable enforcer, maybe off-ball pest, possibly give him set shot specialist. We'll just have to see today what I am feeling like, but I do really like Ronnie Seekley, honestly, more than Jeff Ruland, even though my Jeff Ruland is souped up. The last 3 spots, I'm not going to run any cards. I don't need any cards. I'm just going to run a bunch of gold cards as well. The one thing I do want to make note of, the best part about my squad is that I've got Diamond Steve Kerr as my coach. You can say whatever you want about my squad, but the one thing you can't say is I don't have the best coach in the game. +4 midi, 3-ball, free throw, ball handle, and speed, making my team next level good. So Steve Kerr with that 3-ball speed boost, I think is going to make a difference this weekend and might be the reason I end up finishing first as well. Now, another thing I do want to mention, have a couple of free agents. Giannis has 13 games left that I can use him for. As far as other cards that I could possibly use, Dr. J, KD has 16 contracts, so it really is probably going to be KD and Giannis. So if I do, end up having a pretty good road, might plug in KD right here, Giannis in right here. Probably, I don't know. Is Giannis going to be plugged in at power forward or center? I don't know. Probably the center position, honestly, is where I'll plug Giannis in. I think he'll give me a little bit more. But we'll see. I definitely will plug in KD as we do get closer towards the end, just because KD is an absolute beast of a card, and definitely a card that I think is going to help me secure some big time wins. So those are the other cards that definitely can help me out. Again, we'll see if I get my Chris Paul. It just takes a while for things because they are pending. But if I get Chris Paul, he'll be plugged in here. And I really like my squad this week compared to all of the other weeks. Have decent amount of MT, so maybe in the future we'll be able to pick up a big time card. But for now, these cards are mostly badged up. I like what they give me on the court, and I'm comfortable with them. So why would I go out in the auction house and spend a ridiculous amount of coins on any of these pink diamonds when I like the squad that I have, and I think they will be able to bring me King of the Court #1 place today. Let me know your thoughts on my squad. Please tune in to the Twitch down below in the description. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.